Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to begin by thanking my good friend, fellow appropriator, for the amendment. And while I'll lay out some of the reasons that I disagree with the amendment, where I think it's inadequate, I think the focus on the topic is important and welcome, and I thank my friend for that. In addition to looking at the amendment, I want to also discuss the current political state of affairs with respect to Social Security. And finally, I want to offer at the end of my remarks not a solution, but a bipartisan way forward that I think my friends actually would be interested in. First, to the amendment itself, in my view, it's unnecessary because the budget resolution itself already deals with Social Security in Section 508. And frankly, the amendment falls short in the sense that it does nothing to deal with the long-term financial and structural challenges we face. We just had a report from the Social Security actuarial report, and it said, look, Social Security disability is going to go bankrupt in 2032 if we leave it as is, and the trust fund itself will go bankrupt in either 2033 or 2034. When that happens, and I don't think it will happen, I think we will act politically to stop it from happening, because I agree with my friend, it's an important program that I would want to preserve. But if it did happen, we'd have a 30% cut across the board. And the longer we wait to deal with this problem, the more difficult it is. And again, this amendment, unfortunately, neither acknowledges the financial weaknesses nor offers any solution to actually confront the problem. So I think we're better off, honestly, with what's in the budget itself. But I do agree with my friend about how important this is, and I am worried that we've not acted. I would refer everybody on this committee to an article, a brilliant piece actually, written last week in the Washington Post by distinguished economist Robert Samuelson. And the title of it is, and this ought to strike home to both of us, on all of us on both sides of the aisle, "The Cowardice of the Political Class." And it talks about Social Security, our unwillingness to confront and deal with it. And I'm going to quote from part of it. I'm going to submit the article itself for the record, Mr. Chairman, if I may. But it does say, Democrats bear a disproportionate responsibility for the stalemate because Social Security and Medicare are their signature programs. For decades, liberals have accused anyone who suggests benefit reductions of being cruel, uncaring, and immoral. Naturally, Republicans find debate on these terms unattractive and increasingly abstain. The result has been to make political cowardice intellectually respectable. The irony is that the pro-government Democratic Party is quietly weakening government by its staunch support of Social Security and Medicare, which systemically squeezes other programs. This also precludes any serious effort to reduce the budget deficits. Yes, taxes will have to go up, but some spending will have to go down. This is virtually impossible if Medicare and Social Security are excluded from cuts. I actually agree with that statement. Now, I don't have a solution that I could put in front of you today, but I do have a path forward that I could offer today. I would commend to my friends on the other side and my friends on this side, there's a good book out there by one of your colleagues, John Delaney, called The Right Answer. He's in the presidential campaign right now. It's worth reading. Now, Mr. Delaney and I, and he mentions this in his book, have had for several Congresses a program or a process set up to deal with Social Security. And it's not original to us. We went back and looked what Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill did the last time they put this on a path forward and made it fiscally sustainable. And they appointed a commission. The old Greenspan Commission was very bipartisan. We actually added a little twist. The commission would be made up 7-6. Whoever has the presidency would get 7, the other party 6. But you would have to have 9 votes to report anything out. So it would have to be bipartisan. It would then come to Congress. Congress would get a straight up or down vote. That's how we fixed this thing the last time. And I would really urge my friends to do it. Now, to those on my side that want to privatize it, this would never come out of a commission like this. The commission would be designed simply to make the current program fiscally sustainable, which it is not today. This could be done. I've actually had this discussion with the White House, and I said, look, this is actually popular. When they did it in 1983, Ronald Reagan won 49 states the next year, and Tip O'Neill stayed Speaker of the House. If you work together to save a popular program, each side will benefit politically. More important, the American people will win. So I would ask, again, my friends to look at that legislation. Again, this is very bipartisan. The process is bipartisan. There's no guaranteed outcome, but I think it actually provides a mechanism where we could work together and do what I know my friend wants to do, save an important program that's critical to the retirement of almost every single American. I share that goal, and I suspect we could find a way to work together and get there. So with that, I want to yield the balance of my time to my good friend from Ohio, Mr. Renacci.